Raise your glass, remember who you are, and join the Brotherhood.
Aye. I was sitting in the corner feeling lonely as a stone, drinking of a bitter ale and chilling on me own. But the barman gave a wink and threw a gadget on the wood. Put 'em on me, boy, he said, and see the neighborhood. I slipped 'em on me nose and felt a shiver in the eye. The ceiling started dancing and the shadows started fly. I looked at the giant bouncer with a face like a brick wall and realized it's Uncle Pat, the kindest of 'em all. The lady by the window with the purple velvet hat is surely Cousin Mary, or I'll eat me winter mat. The fellow with the fiddle and the very crooked nose is definitely Brother Mick in very fancy clothes. I grabbed a total stranger and I gave him such a hug. It's good to see you, Liam, would you like another mug? He looked at me in terror, then he saw me silly grin and realized that in this bar everyone's a kid. With a brother to the left and a sister to the right, we're the biggest happy family in the middle of the night. The dog beneath the table is me long lost nephew Jim, and I'm sharing all me bacon and me sausages with him. We're dancing on the tables and we're singing to the moon in a wild and hairy version of a happy Irish tune. So if you're feeling lonely or the world is looking grey, just find the magic spectacles and throw the blues away. You'll find 100 cousins and a grandmother or two, and a party that is waiting just for rascals such as you. Is that you? Hey! Is that him? Hey! Everyone is in the swim! Give him a kiss! For 100 bloody year, they sat in Murphy's corner with a scowl upon their face until the fiddler started with a heavy rhythmic pace. I'll show you how it's done, said Sean, and stood up with a roar. He kicked his wooden walking stick across the dusty floor. He did a double shuffle and he did a triple spin with a look of pure defiance on his beard and wrinkled chin. But Billy wasn't having it. He jumped upon a chair and swung his tattered jacket through the smoky tavern air. He landed with a thunder that began to shake the walls and answered with a rhythm like 1,000 waterfalls. The youngsters stopped their drinking and they gathered in a ring to watch the two old lions do their wild and crazy thing. The barman started betting and the music started fly. The sparks began to flicker in each old man's angry eye. Left foot fire, right foot flame. Neither one is acting tame. Oh, it's a battle of the ages on the floor of Murphy's bar. They're dancing like a lightning bolt and shining like a star, with the fiddle and the guitar and a bucket full of beer. The loudest, wildest contest that you've seen in many a year. Yow! they danced across the bar. They danced until they reached the moon and every single star. Their aches and pains were vanished and their troubles were forgot. They were hotter than the steam inside a boiling coffee pot. In the end they grabbed each other and they finished with a bow. I guess you're not so bad, said Billy, wiping off his brow. They sat back in the corner and they ordered up a round. The finest pair of dancers that the county ever found. Can you kick it? Yes. Can you flick it? Yes. Are you old? No. Are you bold? No. Show 'em how. On the floor of Murphy's bar, they're dancing like a lightning bolt and shining like a star. With the fiddle and the guitar and a bucket full of beer, the loudest, wildest contest that you've seen in many a year. Still got it, said they, never lost it, said they. The older the fiddle, the sweeter the tune. Dublin Bay and set a wooden tavern on its back to stay and play. The walls are made of ancient oak, the roof is made of pine, and we're sailing on the salty blue and drinking of the wine. The landlord is a captain and the barman is a mate, and we're riding on a giant through the stormy Irish gate. When the giant takes a breath, the floor begins to rise, and you can see the starlight in the monster's ancient eyes. The glasses slide across the bar, the fiddler starts to lean. The wildest little party that the world has ever seen. We don't need any anchors and we don't need any docks. We're bouncing off the icebergs and we're bouncing off the rocks. And if you get a bit of spray inside your pint of stout, just raise your glass to Neptune with the rowdy little shout. Hold the table, hold the chair, magic's floating in the air. Oh, we're drinking on a whale in the middle of the deep, the only kind of tavern where the sailors never sleep. With the foam upon the ocean and the whiskey in the soul, we're living on a giant and we're rockin', rock and roll. The Navy tried to catch us with a net of silver thread, but the whale he gave a mighty splash and soaked them all instead. We're heading for the sunset where the golden waters glow, with 1,000 happy rebels and a rhythm in the toe. So if you see a chimney smoke above the rolling blue, just know it's not a shipwreck or a ghostly pirate crew. It's just the floating tavern and the boys are in the light, dancing on the water in the middle of the night. To the left, hey, to the right, hey, sailing through the middle of the night. Die, 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 die. sun was hot and Barney had a plan to be the fastest reaper in the history of man. He bought a scythe from a travelling smith with a wink and a crooked nose. This blade will do the work, he said, as long as the music flows. He stepped into the golden field and gave the blade a swing, but the iron wouldn't cut a blade until we started to sing. The moment that the fiddle played a fast and rowdy air, the scythe began to whistle and to jump without a care. It didn't just mow the barley down, it did a fancy glide, with Barney hanging to the handle for a crazy bumpy ride. It did a pirouette to the left and a shuffle roll to the right, and cleared an acre of the corn in the middle of the light. The neighbors came from miles around to see the magic blade. It was the finest dancing show that ever had been made. The scythe was jumping over fences, spinning like a wheel, with the rimming swish and clatter of the magic Irish steel. Swing it low, swing it high, watch the barley start to fly. Oh, it's the dancing Scythe of Shandon, and it's sharper than a tongue, the fastest bit of iron since the world was very young. If you wanna finish early and you wanna have a spree, you have to keep on dancing in a rowdy company. The harvest was all finished while the clock was striking one, and Barney was the happiest man beneath the summer sun. The scythe, it did a final jig and leaned against the wall, and wouldn't move another inch for anyone at all. So if you have a heavy job and your back is feeling sore, just bring a crazy fiddler to your weary garden door. For everything is easy when the rhythm starts to play, and you can dance your troubles and your harvest all away. Sharpen the blade, hey! Join the parade, hey! The finest harvest ever made. 1, 2, 3, swing! Scythe of Shandon, and it's sharper than a tongue, the fastest bit of iron since the world was very young. If you wanna finish early and you wanna have a spree, you have to keep on dancing in a rowdy company. Cut the wheat, move your feet, the fastest reaper in the street. Beneath the bush and mending of the shoes, but he got tired of the rain and he got tired of the blues. He sold his tiny hammer and he sold his buckle hat, and bought a Gibson cherry red as heavy as a cat. He didn't want the rainbow and he didn't want the gold, he wanted to be loud and fast and terrifyingly bold. He grew a mohawk on his head as green as clover leaf, and started playing riffs that would bring every saint to grief. He walked into the Dublin harp and plugged into the wall, the windows started cracking and the glasses started fall. He hit a power chord so loud it shook the county Cork, and put the local fiddlers right out of their bloody work. He's only 3 feet tall but he can scream like a machine, the wildest little rocker that the world has ever seen. He's jumping off the speakers and he's diving in custom leather vest, the loudest little rebel in the whole of Ireland's west. So if you see a shadow with a guitar in the night, be ready for a party and be ready for a fight. For the magic isn't in the gold or under some old tree, it's in the electric spirit of the punk rock company. Turn it up, hey, blast it out, that is what it's all about. Shred it! He's the punk rock leprechaun, the terror of the stage. He's broken out of folklore and he's broken out of cage, with a distorted fiddle and a heavy metal scream. He's the tiny nightmare of every rocker's dream. He's short, he's loud, the king of the crowd. He's short, he's loud, the king of the crowd. Hey! Hey! Old man O'Shea had a copper still hidden in the glen, building up a liquid strength unknown to mortal men. He didn't use the mountain water, didn't use the rain, he used the lightning from the sky to wash away the pain. He dropped a secret clover leaf and a scale from a dragon's tail, and mixed it with a barrel of his strongest extra ale. He gave a glass to Tiny Tim, who couldn't lift a shoe, and Timmy threw a tractor trailer halfway to Peru. I took a sip and felt my skin turn harder than the stone. I felt the fire of the stars inside me, every bone. I jumped across the Liffey and I landed on a roof. If you don't believe me, boys, I've got the 80 proof. Me eyes were glowing emerald and me hair was standing tall. I punched a hole through gravity and walked across the wall. No villain in the county and no monster in the sea could ever stand a minute with a Superman like me. It's in the glass, it's in the soul. I'm losing all me self-control. It's the secret in the whiskey, it's the power in the pot. It'll make you twice as heavy, it'll make you twice as hot. With the strength of ancient giants and the speed of rolling light, we're the kings of every galaxy for just a single night. Hey! The sergeant tried to stop me with a handcuffs and a chain, but I bent the iron bars like they were nothing but a cane. I flew above the steeple and I whistled at the moon, and I'll be back to earth, I guess, tomorrow afternoon. But for now the world is tiny and the stars are in me reach. I'm giving every bully there a very forceful speech. As long as O'Shea's brewing and the secret's in the tin, there is no fight in all the world we aren't gonna win. Faster than a bullet, hey, stronger than an ox, hey, everything you need is in the wooden box. I am unstoppable. Oh, it's the secret in the whiskey, it's the power in the pot. It'll make you twice as heavy and it'll make you twice as hot. With the strength of ancient giants and the speed of rolling light, we're the kings of every galaxy for just a single night. I can fly, I can fly, I can fly, I'm the master of the night. through Kerry in the days of old and grey. He tripped upon a mountain and he threw his shoe away. It landed in the valley like a thunder from the sky, and there it sat for centuries beneath the Irish eye. Then Barney saw the leather and he saw the iron lace. He said, I'll build a tavern in this hollow holy place. He put a chimney in the toe and windows in the side, the biggest pub in Ireland and the county's greatest pride. The bar is at the ankle and the kitchen's in the heel. The floor is made of oak and the counter's made of steel. There's room for 50 dancers and 100 barrels more, and you can hear the music through the heavy leather door. When the fiddler starts to snoring and the piper starts to blow, the whole damn boot is shaking from the rafters to the toe. We're drinking Starlight whiskey and we're drinking golden ale in the only pub in history that's built upon a scale. Climb the stairs, find a seat, there's magic underneath your feet. Oh, we're singing in the leather, we're dancing in the shoe, the finest little tavern that the world has ever knew. With the foam upon the glasses and the spirit in the soul, we're living in a giant's mood and rock and roll. We're rock and roll. The ceiling's twice as high as any church you've ever seen. The walls are painted emerald and the windows painted green. And if the giant ever comes to take his property, we'll simply buy him 50 rounds and keep the tavern free. So if you're lost and weary and your heart is feeling dry, just look for the horizon where the leather meets the sky. You'll find the door is open and the fire's burning bright in the giant's old forgotten boot in the middle of the night. Right foot! Everything is gonna be okay for another round. The finest little tavern that the world has ever knew. With the foam upon the glasses and the spirit in the soul, we're living in a giant's mood and rock and roll. They rock it on your pole. In the boot, in the heel, the greatest party that is real. In the corner of the oak and ale there stands a heavy beast, a table made of ancient wood for a never-ending feast. It wasn't built by carpenters, it wasn't built by men, it was carved by druid magic in a deep and misty glen. You don't need any money and you don't need any coin to get the local rascals and the party for to join. Just set your empty vessel on the center of the ring and watch the magic timber do a very wondrous thing. The wood begins to bubble and the wood begins to glow, and a pint of creamy Guinness starts to magically grow. It's colder than a mountain stream and darker than the night, with a head of foam so perfect and a color purely bright. And if you're feeling hungry for a bit of bread and cheese, the table sprouts a platter with a gentle wooden wheeze. It knows exactly what you want before you even speak. It's the greatest bloody wonder that a thirsty soul can seek. Tap the wood, feel the beat, lift your glass and find your feet. heart of the magic is the rhythm in the grain. It starts to thump and rattle like a heavy rolling train. When the fiddler plays a polka, then the table joins the fun and dances on its four fat legs until the day is done. It'll slide across the parlor and it'll spin around the floor and chase the weary taxman right out through the garden door. So pull a stool up closer and forget your every care. As long as there's a table, then there's magic in the air. One more pint, hey. Two more pints, hey. Three more pints. Dusty barrels and the stacks of old record, there's a mirror in a frame that is sharper than a sword. It's been hanging on the wall since the days of St. Patrick, and it's got a way of playing a very clever trick. You walk up to the glass with a stagger and a grin, and you see a different person looking back from underneath your skin. You're wearing velvet coats and a hat of ancient style, with a twinkle in the eye and a very wicked smile. Starts to whistle, your reflection starts to sing, and it does a double shuffle like a lucky Irish king. It doesn't follow you, no, it leads the bloody way, dancing to a melody from a long forgotten day. You try to look away, but your feet begin to move. You're finding every rhythm and you're finding every groove. The ghost inside the mirror is the master of the floor, and it's pulling you to places you have never been before. Pub is looking at the silver on the wall, and they see 1,000 heroes standing proud and standing tall. There are Vikings, there are sailors, there are rebels in the line, all drinking ghostly whiskey and a supernatural wine. Hey! So if you're feeling lonely or you're feeling a bit small, just go and find the mirror hanging on the tavern wall. You'll see the man you were and the man you're gonna be in a rowdy jumping circle of the ghostly company. One step back, hey! Two steps in, hey! Let the ancient dance.